Fast 6. So Fast 6 is the sixth movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. This one is about Hobbs the Rock, played by The Rock, comes and asks Dom for his help to take down this group of criminals in London. So basically, it's group against group, and there's another kind of subplot where we find out that Letty is not dead. Letty is Dom's girlfriend from the first four. Thought she was dead in the fourth. She's not. She's alive. So they are brought in to take down these group of criminals, and in return, they're going to get Letty back and get their freedom. No longer have to be criminals. They can go home, live their lives. So I have to start, with always, the opening of these movies. Really awesome. We start out with a car race, and it ends with the birth of Paul Walker's character, Brian and Mia's child. Wonderful opening, love it. We get that cheesy family line from Vin Diesel. Again, we find out right away just from opening this movie if you're going to like the movie or not. If you don't like the beginning of this movie, probably not going to like the rest of the movie. And then we also get a montage of all the old movies, which this movie, man, has a lot of great throwbacks to the other movies. And so great opening. That's the big thing that I'm trying to sum up here. Acting, once again, it's all fine. For this movie, we don't care about the acting. We are having fun, we are turning our brains off, and we're just having fun. So the acting's all fine from everyone. Everyone is essentially back from Fast 5. They're back in this one. Again, cheesy right from the start. Cheesy dialogue throughout. Again, the family lines really come out even more in this one than they do in Fast 5. It's sweet, I guess. Some of it is kind of funny and you want to laugh, but it's cheesy and you gotta love it. Hobbs' sidekick is played by what's her name? Carla Gina. I don't know. I'm gonna put it down below once again. And I have to just start with a little bit of negative here because she is not a good actress. She's an MMA fighter, I believe, or something like that. So she does great with her fighting scenes, but oh my god, she cannot act. Her dialogue, she's mumble. It's like a mumble. She's awful. I had to talk about that like right away because it was so bad. The Rock once again is great. And I just recently watched an interview from the Today Show. He was talking about Fast 8, and he was talking about how all the one-liners he did, he's kind of like semi-looking at the camera saying, guys, I know this is ridiculous, I know this is stupid, but it's awesome and fun, go with it. And he has a lot of those lines. Vin Diesel has a lot of those lines. And once again, that was the great thing about having The Rock in this franchise, is the fact that he knew what this was. He knew it was ridiculous. He knew it was dumb. He knew it was over the top. And he went with it. And I love the fact that we now understand what it is. And we're having fun with it now. Ludacris in this movie has a lot of great lines. The humor has been pushed up a lot more. And it is so much more fun with that humor. Ludacris, just a bunch of fantastic moments with him. Ludacris and Tyrese Gibson, they really have great chemistry in this movie. You can tell they totally are like a little family outside. And the chemistry between all of them is really great. And you can tell they are all a family outside of this franchise. There's a fight. Again, the last one had a great fight between The Rock and Vin Diesel. This one has a fight between that MMA girl I was talking about and Michelle Rodriguez, I can't talk. And it's in a subway, and there's like stairs involved. There's a whole amazing fight. And there's also one that goes on between a couple of guys, and I believe he's from the Raid. I don't know his name either. But great fights throughout this movie that are really a lot of fun. Over-the-top fun fights. The villain in this movie, he's not great, but he has some amazing moments. There's a particular scene that I really love in this movie where Vin Diesel and the villain played by, what's his name? Luke Evans. They're having a conversation together. It's very intense, and it ends just wonderfully. Just the intensity, fantastic in this movie. Now, for my negatives. Like I said, the villain is good. It's a better villain than we've seen throughout any of these Fast and Furious movies, played by Luke Evans. But again, he kind of doesn't have much to do. He's just there to move them forward, move the plot forward. And there's also a twist with the villains that I totally saw coming. The minute that I just knew the minute that I don't know how to explain it without spoiling. The minute I saw it coming, I just saw it right away, though. The second I guessed it right away. That annoyed me a little bit. Again, it's a Fast and Furious movie. You're supposed to turn your brain off. You're supposed to... So it's almost hard for me to dock it for that, but I didn't like that. Another thing I don't like is the fact that Letty is brought back to life. Every single scene that she is in could be taken out of this movie, and it is the exact same movie. Part of the motivation for the team coming together and pulling off another dangerous bunch of stunts is the fact that, oh, we're going to get Letty back. But then there's also this other part where he's like, we also want our freedom as well. We want clear records. Why couldn't you just have done the movie without the Letty and just had the clear records? I think everything with Letty drags the movie down. Now, I like the chemistry between Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel. It's good. I prefer the Paul Walker and Jordan Brewster, the Mia and Brian relationship, more than I do about the Letty and Dom. And it's a little too much in this movie. I think we could take out every scene she's in and just have them take down these group criminals because they're going to get their freedom if they do. I didn't think she needed to be in the movie, and every time she shows up, the movie, I don't care as much as that happens. This is more of a minor thing, but in this one, we really see that this is more of a superhero movie. It's totally unrealistic. There are certain things that you would be dead within seconds of them doing. And there's a particular character that dies in this movie. But then 5 minutes later, there's another person that basically does the exact same thing. There's a bunch of people that do the exact same essential thing, and they somehow survive. And then, 5 minutes later, another character goes through the exact same essential thing, but an explosion of fire, and they're walking out just fine. And it started to annoy me a little bit, because how can one character die, and another three are fine from doing the exact same thing? It got me a little bit. In the end, though, guys, we go to these movies to have fun. We turn off our brains, we have fun, and this is a solid Fast and Furious movie. It's a lot of fun. It is better than 1, 2, 3, and 4, I would say. Not as good as Fast 5. In the end, though, guys, I'm going to give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. So, guys, did you like Fast 6? Is this one your favorite in the franchise? Comment below, let me know, hit like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I'll see you soon.